Hey, this is Maher. I'm in Calgary, and you're at shinefm.com.
Hi, I'm Johnny Mack. We're at the Don Moen Maher concert. I'm here with Don Moen. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Now, how did you get together with Maher to do a concert like this?
Well, we were sitting having a cup of coffee, and we've talked about working together for a long time. And a couple months ago, we were in Nashville. He came through, and we were having a cup of coffee, and we thought, can this work? And I said, here's the only way it'll work. If we're both on the stage all the time, I take half of my band, you take half of your band, and it becomes this real organic night. And it just and he was like, I'm all over that, and I'm so tired of opening acts, and then you have this band and this band and this band. There's no continuity or no unity. So both bands are on the stage the whole time. Matt and I are on the stage backing each other up, and it's we've gotten really, really good response from people. It feels real organic, real family. And you got Don Moen singing "God Will Make a Way," and you got Maher cranking on Alive Again. So
yeah. So you've been doing music a long time. How has like the face of Christian music and the church changed since you started?
in the 50 years I've been doing this, I was involved in the early days of when Integrity Music started. I ran the label for 20 years, and when we first started the Hosanna music series, it was kind of one of the only things out there. And then as there became more and more emphasis on worship, a lot of labels got into it as well. And boy, you had this explosion of modern worship, and a lot of attention being put to that. And I think I'm all over that. I think it's great. In Isaiah 61:11, God says He is causing righteousness and praise to spring forth through all the earth. If you want to be an effective worship leader, you need to look at grandmother and grandfather out in the audience, and also your kids. True worship, I think, is transcultural. True worship is transgenerational, and it is transdenominational. If it's just modern worship, you're going to drive away a lot of people. So I just think it's a time to have a lot of wisdom in how you plan a service, what songs you pick them in the right key. Tomlin does, a lot of times I end up doing How Great Is Our God. I do it in the key of G. He does it in the key of C. How great is our God, sing. And I, trying to picture all the Methodist men singing that on a Sunday morning. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
So I drop it down to the key of G, and I was down in Austin, Texas, singing. And I shared this with the audience. And I walked backstage, and Tomlin came back. He goes, "So Don, you're dissing my song in front of all these people." Now, I said, "I didn't know you were here, and I did not talk badly about your song. I just said sometimes you need to sing it in the key of G where people can grab a hold of it." So anyway, I had to MC another band coming up, and so I told Chris, "Why don't you?" He wasn't supposed to be at this conference. I said, "Why don't you come out when I come out and talk about this?" So I went out and told the audience, I walked backstage, there's Tomlin back there, he's saying, "Yeah, you're making fun of my song." And about that time, Tomlin walks out from behind the stage. He walks over to the piano and he says, "Don, what key do you want me to sing this song?" I said, "Sing it in the key of C and prove to the people that it doesn't work." Of course, he sang it in C, and every 3,000 people just screaming on the song. And I said, "See, I told you it didn't work in the key of C." But we had a lot of fun. But the point is, you got to look at who your audience is.
A lot of our listeners are dedicated to your Sunday morning program, which was Don Moen and Friends' Keep the Faith.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Max Lucado was on my, show about every week. And Bruce Wilkinson and Ruth Graham Bell, and I mean, I had everybody, on my show, Donald Miller, and it ended up being a lot of fun, but it got so consuming I couldn't tour. I can't go to India for 3 weeks and sub out the show. So I backed away for a while. I thought I'd be kind of making guest appearances on Keep the Faith, and the letters and the calls that we got, particularly from the Canadians. I mean, for some reason, they became my very loyal listeners, and I want to say I'm sorry, but I'll be back. I really have thought about launching the show again in the fall, Don Moen and Friends, because that's what this. A lot of my tours are called Don Moen and Friends. My cruises that I do are Don Moen and Friends, and it just makes sense. And tonight on this, on this concert, my friend is Maher. So it's just kind of a neat thing how that worked, and I do miss. I never thought I'd say this, but I miss all the radio contact. So I really would love to bring the show back, and hopefully you guys will take it.
Well, even though we missed the show, we're even more glad that you're here in Calgary. Thanks for coming, and we're glad to see you.
Thanks. Did you like my long answers to your short question?